This year, the Achievement Award and the individual selected, I think really broadens the definition of pioneer to a really extraordinary level. You know, because we're talking about two individuals, Bill Mote and Dr. Kay Glasser, who left their careers, their primary careers in business and in education, and gave the rest of their lives to building up what is today institutions, very, very primary to the quality of life that we enjoy in this region.
And a lifetime of achievement is exactly what the story of Bill Mote says to us all. When he passed away in 2000, Bill Mote had achieved success in two careers. First, in the trucking industry, where he developed a strategy to speed up the process of delivering from one place to another. The piggyback concept of shipping by truck and rail was Bill Mote's idea, but it was after he moved to Sarasota that Bill Mote took up the life's work that he enjoyed so much. He fished, and he fished, and he fished some more.
The great fish.
We only
There's
have
the old man and the sea.
That's right. We only have about, I don't know, I think I have 75 copies of this picture. He had more copies of this picture made up than anything else that we have.
Vicki Weesey was a colleague of Mr. Mote and a good friend. There's a reason, she says, why Hemingway's The Old Man and the Sea is shown in the Bill Mote room at the Mote Marine Laboratory.
This was one of his favorite movies because he knew some people who had been in this and said when his fish was jumping, it looked just like that fish jumping out of the water.
As to how the Mote Marine Laboratory came to be, it was Dr. Eugenie Clark who was there at the conception. She had opened a lab in 1955 in Placida, near Englewood, to study sharks. She moved that lab to Midnight Pass near Turtle Beach. Money was tight, and Dr. Clark thought of closing the lab and ending her shark research.
And then one day, Bill Mote came to the lab, and he said, I admire the work you're doing so much, collecting all these animals and telling the local people about them, interesting stories, publishing your papers. And he said, I would love to have a laboratory like yours to support, but I don't want to interfere with your laboratory. So could you advise me on how I could build another laboratory in the area and not interfere with your work? So I said to him, well, we're about to close. Why don't you take over this laboratory? And he was delighted.
Over the years, the Mote Marine Laboratory grew. Research into the oceans and ocean life became Bill Mote's passion, and that passion was shared by all who worked with him.
Bill was the driving force to make a place that would inform the people, give them the information they want, help teach the children about the sea and to respect the sea.
He also recognized that fish need good environment. I mean, so from his fishing experiences, he kind of translated, we need to have a good marine environment. To have a good marine environment, you really need to learn about the environment. And I think part of the thing is, he didn't realize how little we knew about the oceans. He did not have children, so he did not have a family of his own. He had two sisters and a wonderful wife. So he kind of embraced the staff and the volunteers as his family. And we all thought the same way, so that was wonderful.
Attorney and state legislator William Galvano has a unique attachment to Bill Mote. Galvano was named after Mr. Mote. Galvano's father and Bill Mote were golfing buddies.
He told me one time, you've got to appreciate people. You have to appreciate other people. And that's so simple, but yet so often forgotten by so many of us, and that's a great lesson, and in doing so I think people appreciated him.
Those who knew and loved him wish Bill Mote had lived to see his laboratory as it is today, a leading center for marine research of all kinds, from sharks to convict fish to red tide and jellyfish. When Bill Mote's life is put under the microscope, what you see is a truly remarkable man who was here at a good time and had a good time while he was here.
When you think of his life, it's the stuff that adventure novels are made of. I mean, he knew how to live, that's for sure. And then to really focus on giving back at the level he did. So many of us involve ourselves in charities, but he made it as much a passion in his life as anything else was.
Well, he was like a father to me. So he was I think if I have to pick one mentor out of the, several mentors I had at Mote Marine Lab, he would be the #1 person. He kind of really helped me, grow, and he had great faith in me in terms of being able to administer the lab. He was right behind me and helping out, and so that made a big difference.
One of his biggest thrills was the volunteers and the volunteer staff we have.
As a matter of fact, he thought so highly of the volunteers that in his will he specified a specific amount of money that would be spent in future for our Christmas party every year. And that's continually to go on for forever, I guess.
Not long before he died, Bill Mote was given an honorary doctorate by Florida State University.
I hereby confer upon William Russell Mote the honorary degree of Doctor of Science.
We had the ceremony here at Mote, and he got up out of his wheelchair and said he was going to walk down the aisle to receive it. That's the courage.
It gives you a great feeling. Never expected this would happen to me here.
His cap and gown hang in a place of honor at the Mote Marine Lab.
The man who Mote Marine Laboratory is named after has died. Bill Mote was 93 years old. He died Tuesday morning from kidney failure. Mote had remained active in running the Sarasota facility.
People who knew him remember him as though he were still alive, and maybe, in a sense, he is.
I feel that he's still here. I have his picture on the wall.
So you sometimes say, Bill, do you think this would be okay?
Yeah. In fact, any major decision I make, I think of what Bill and Perry Gilbert would feel about that decision.
He was passionate about the sea and the kinds of things we did. And if you look at the staff and volunteers here, every one of them are passionate about what they do in terms of the oceans and the seas. And I think that's what glues together as a family. We all have a common theme that brings us together.
When somebody dies, for me, I always like to celebrate their life and what they meant to people. And I mean, Mr. Mote meant so much to, as far as giving back, really being someone who really cared about and was able to focus and give back in a very meaningful way and to help save the oceans and save the seas.
So you don't mourn a death, you celebrate.
No, I celebrate a life.
It is a celebration that continues every day at the place where his name is on the building and will be forevermore. The Argus Foundation proudly presents its 2007 Lifetime Achievement Award posthumously to Mr. William R Mote.
It is far beyond the stars, it is near beyond the moon. And I know beyond a doubt, my heart will lead me there soon. We'll meet beyond the shore, we'll kiss just as before. Happy we'll be beyond the sea, and never again I'll go sailing. No more sailing, so long sailing, bye bye sailing, no more aqua.